Hey folks, it's Roland here again with Delmi Training Institute, and today I'm here with
Christian.
And we're going to be talking about some of the card cloning devices that are available on the market. Disclaimer, we're going to be talking about these, and we had a lot of thoughts about whether we have to make a video on this or not. But we thought the pros weighed out the cons because we wanted everybody out there to know that if you have a system and that is not well protected, how easy it would be for all the bad guys to be able to lay hands on some of these tools and clone some of your credentials that you may have. And these are readily available on the market and you can buy them for cheap. Some of these ones are selling about $20 on Amazon. $20, you can buy the Flipper Zero. It's about $270 on, and you can lay hands on all these. Let's talk about some of the card credentials that are there. So we have Wiegand, we have RS-485, and we have OSDP. Now, what is Wiegand? Wiegand is a wiring protocol. So one cable sends all the zeros, which are all the lows. There's a separate cable that sends all the ones, which are all the highs, and there's a voltage reference. So it uses what we call the heartbeat. So every heartbeat, it sends either a 0 or a 1, depending on the number of bits that it's sending. So the card number is converted to binary digits. And there is a specific cable that allows all the zeros to be transmitted and all the ones to be transmitted. On the other hand, I could also buy one of these devices, come closer to you, and in less than 6 seconds. Last time we did actually the timing, how easy it is to clone your card. And within 6 seconds, we're able to use these to clone a card and gain access into a specific space. The next wiring protocol to talk about here is the RS-485. But RS-485 takes it one step further. It is a bi-directional communication. That's what it uses, unlike Wiegand. However, when we talk about RS-485, with this communication, you are able to go longer distance. However, it falls short. There is no encryption, there is no authentication when you use RS-485. Also, we're able to use some of these sophisticated tools to copy all that information. RS-485 uses difference in voltages to send signals, but because it uses twisted pair cable, it is immune to noise and interference, and also making it a little bit difficult to copy. But that doesn't mean that you cannot. Maybe you cannot use these ones, but you can use one of these. And this takes us on to the next protocol that we use in access control, which is OSDP, right? So OSDP stands for
It's Open Supervised Device Protocol,
which means that this not only provides supervision on the line, but also it provides authentication and encryption. So first of all, they have the reach, which is about 4,000 feet. They're using twisted pair cable that is immune to noise and interference. They use resistors that makes the line supervised, so you cannot tamper with the line. They use 128-bit encryption, and I know that technology is evolving fast. Tomorrow it might be 256. Now I'm going to ask Christian, because Christian is an expert in using this, and we use this a lot in class to teach our students what to look out for, because they're going to be security technicians. How best for you to train them on some of the things they have to look out for to be able to advise our clients and their clients better. So here's the Flipper Zero. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, sure. The Flipper Zero is a basic pen testing tool for access control. Copies basically almost any card that's not actually encrypted or secured in any way. So even cracks some of the MyFair family, like Classic or Ultralight.
And you can also flip different things like remote controls. You can flip wireless stuff.
You can control or copy different things. So like an AirTag, you can follow the flipper or your phone wherever it goes, as well as copying, for example, a key fob to get into a building, whether it's a garage or just a control arm. You can copy the signal if it's not encrypted or not using a rolling code. As long as the code stays the same at the same frequency, you can copy.
So that's just one of the things. And the key here is encryption and authentication. So anything that pretty much is not encrypted, we have tools here that could copy it. So from very basic $26, $28 piece of tools that you can get off the market all the way to this sophisticated piece of equipment, your security is at stake. So you know what? This video is meant to inform you. It's not to teach the bad guys. but it's here to inform you that if you still have one of these devices out there and security is a big concern for you, you might want to consider migrating to an OSDP platform. And so if there are any questions you have regarding this tutorial, don't forget to drop us a comment, and we'll definitely see you on the next one.